Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Scott, here are the bricks. Let's go to review. And before we jump into Jango Fett over here, I just wanted to give a shout out to Lego Technic right now because I really fell in love with this Star Wars Technic line from the early 2000s. So much that I'm going to a buying frenzy. I just recently purchased the double pack R2-D2 and C-3PO with the 25th anniversary Toys R Us exclusive poster, which is pretty rad. In the middle, I have the Stormtrooper, which I got about 2 weeks ago. Waited for that one, and I found it pretty decent. And then on the farthest side here, we have Jango Fett, which we will be reviewing today. And I think Darth Vader, the Destroyer Droid, Pit Droid, and Battle Droid are the only ones I'm missing as of right now. I'm hoping to get those soon. And if you want me to review any of these or any of those other ones, leave a comment down below the video, and I will try my best to get that as soon as possible, because especially if it's going to be a Destroyer Droid, I have to find that one and trying to get it at a decent price and not broken. But today, we're going to focus mainly on Jango Fett, and so let's start with that review. Alright, let's dive into it. Today we have Lego set number 8011, Jango Fett from the Star Wars Technic line, released in 2002, April 23rd, I believe was the exact date, around the same time as the lineup for Attack of the Clones, which is the 20th anniversary is this year. And I thought it'd be special to kind of open up this one, especially Jango Fett. For 429 pieces, it's retailed at, I believe, $30? $29? I don't remember exactly what Brick said. I believe it was $30. And now you can buy this used for about, I think they had it labeled for $60. I bought this one in the box, about near mint, actually, for about, I want to say about $60. And I'm very pleased with it when I saw the condition of it. I bought it off of Bricklink, didn't go eBay with it, because eBay had them a little bit higher, about $70 to $80 for pop, I guess, because they're trying to build on that Book of Boba Fett, and there's the fact that it's Jango Fett. And so that's a steal for what I got, especially for the quality of the box. You can see there's not a lot of damage to it. There is some scraping from, wear and tear. It is a 20-year-old box. Not a lot of damage on the sides, which is really awesome. And we're turning around here. We have the back as well. And just like I said, you have a lot of the wave of Attack of the Clones, since that came out at the same time as came out in the summertime. And more pictures, just like the Super Battle Droid boxes, you have some still photos of Jango Fett from episode 2. No other photos. I know how in Super Battle Droid you had that little like concept art or production photo, but here you don't. You have only stills, which, by the time this started coming out, Lego stopped doing those photos in the instruction manuals. So this is about the last of that you're really going to see in these sets. You have your standard Star Wars fan club information here, and then you have some, playabilities that these have in here for the set. And so far I can see that we have a quick draw action, which I'm pretty sure that does not happen. I guess his head turns and his scout visor thing goes up and down, basic. And the, cream of the crop, the thing that don't stop, the rocket launcher, which is really cool and very interesting. And when I was trying to find this one set used, a lot of these are incomplete. And the main reason why is because that rocket launcher piece, the rubber bullet, was not included. Most likely because anybody who had it probably lost it and just never bothered to get a new set piece. And that's not much I'll say about the box. We do get the lineup photo, of course. And like I said, I'm just missing Darth Vader out of this lineup. And I think the Battle Droid, the Destroyer Droid and the Pit Droid. And I think that'll be complete for the original Technic lineup. I think he looks menacing. My first impressions on this box, I think he looks cool. Do like the Slave 1 art in that one. And I'm excited to get it built. All right, well, let's get it done. Boy, oh boy, is this one threatening, imposing, intimidating motherfucker right here. Seriously, this is Jango Fett. This is Lego's interpretation of Jango Fett in Technic form. And they do a good representation of the most fierce and fearful bounty hunters of the galaxy right here. You don't get a lot of action of him in Attack of the Clones. He goes out pretty soon, just like Boba Fett does in Return of the Jedi. But right here, this is, this is representation. This is cool. And you can tell by his height that I had to actually alter the camera angle just a little bit in my normal, just because I had to get him in frame. And for reference, that is the Super Battle Droid right next to him. There isn't much height difference because the Super Battle Droid really is just all torso. And over here, the launcher and the helmet do give it to him, but it just looks imposing. Like, seriously. It's so cool to see him like that and to stand him next to other figures. It's just like he looks like he almost towers them. And when you have him in your hands and you're moving him around, he's so sturdy and he's well built. And it's just a really good model. But we're gonna dive right into that right now. All right, so first off, we'll go presentation. He has a lot of violet purple parts on him, which is weird because, and you know, Jango Fett's not really violet. He's blue and silver, which there isn't a lot of silver in here either. They opt for a lot of gray parts instead, and a lot of dark gray parts as well. The only silver you get is right here in the actual armor torso part, and the rest of it isn't there except for these right there. And then you have the violet on the legs and the arms with the angled pictures, which get that in the focus here. You get a lot of that in the legs and the arms here. The blue does come in the helmet and the jetpack, and then right here with these tubes. Black on the shoes. You have some bionicle pieces right there, normal bionicle feet, and then you have his black on his hands for his gloves. Still, you know, I think those are blue as well. You get some brown for his utility belt, which is cool. It does break up the same color scheme that goes on and gives him more of a realistic, I want to say, not very much because it's Technic, but it gives him more, you know, detail to the set, and I like that a lot. And you have his helmet, which looks great, and the rocket launcher in the back. So for movement and articulation, he's not very movable. He is very sturdy. And a lot of that's because he has to support the weight of the rocket launcher in the back, because that takes up most of the build for the torso. And that's really what you're designing when you build the torso, is you're just going through and building that rocket launcher setup and the whole mechanism for the back, which we'll go into in playability. So he doesn't move a lot articulation-wise. His arms only go up and down here in the shoulder area, but his hands are fully articulate, realistically. Right here you have some wrist action, and his fingers do move. Just the 2 out of the 3 does stick out like a sore thumb, is literally his thumb, but that's comes important, and we'll talk about that in a second. But you know, just like mostly all the other Technic pieces, you have some articulation in his hands. His feet, even though they have ball sockets, don't move. His legs don't move. They're put together here and held together by an angle piece, which is important. Like I said, they serve as the base for this body because he is huge up top on the torso area and it's a lot of weight. So definitely that's what that serves its purpose for. His utility belt doesn't do anything else. His head does move, it does swivel, and his visor comes down. And that's it for movement and articulation. He's more of a posable figure. He's more for just like a statue, which honestly, by looking at him, you can see that this is a statue, but this is, like I said, a one threatening image, and it does it very well. All right, so that being said, he does have some playability. I'm going to get into it right now. First things first, he can pop out his side blasters and the holsters here on his legs, and you can put those on his hands, and you have, you know, some posability there. You can pop that out and kind of do this and that with it, make him look cool, like the gunslinger that he is. Secondly, he has the rocket launcher in the back, which is done by a little lever here. And when you do so, it tilts his body forward. I'm gonna just pop that right there to show you how that is. And you just push the lever here, and we're gonna go ahead and shoot this right there in the back. Ooh, like that. And that's most likely probably one of the most lost pieces of this set if you ever buy it used, because people just lose that as they go. And I think that's really awesome. He doesn't go fully down. He kind of just tilts like that, so it's like he's picking something up later. And that's really the action on that side. And like I said, that's all these leg parts are built to keep this and to maintain it. And last but not least, he has the ability to orphan a child, which is really cool and very accurate to the movie. So besides those, you really don't have any other playability with him. He's just a very good figure. It looks amazing. And there's those holsters I was telling you about on the side here, which are really cool. You get these 2 blasters, which when you take them out, like I had earlier with the play figure, that's really what they look like. The Technic pieces goes right here, you put on the pin, and it holds in his hand. Not really exciting, not really accurate. I don't really care for them, but it's a nice little addition. And when we come with the build, just like how it kind of is, you can kind of tell that the building process of here wasn't very easy, kind of complicated. A lot of the angled pieces are numbered off, and if you don't read the numbers correctly, you will have a hard time, because I had a lot of these pieces and arms not fitting well because I didn't put the right angled Technic pieces in there, and so everything was off, especially the legs. I had to go back and fix a lot of it. The actual firing mechanisms and the backside of him, the whole torso part, that took kind of easy to build, but complicated. I was worried about the rubber band cracking, but they give you enough left over just in case, and plus I have a lot left over from the Super Battle Droid, so I was not worried about it. And that took a minute to get. The legs were kind of complicated to build just by reading the instructions, because Lego, like I said back then, they didn't really do a lot of, they didn't really change it, and it wasn't very well written, I think, in instructions. I have a hard time doing it, but this was a better build experience than Super Battle Droid. I didn't enjoy that because that was my first Technic, so I knew what I was getting into this time. And coming out of it, I only made a few mistakes, but I made a headway. It took me about 3 hours to build, honestly, because Technic does take a little bit, for 429 pieces. You can probably get done better. And that pretty much wraps up the review for Jango Fett 8011. I recommend buying him because he will look amazing on any mantle. And for any real collector, you definitely want to pick one up because it's a conversation piece. He's imposing, he's big, he stands out. The colors are vibrant. He just looks cool. For 2002 Technic set, I think he's probably one of the best ones I've seen so far. I know that's not saying much because I only have one built, and the other ones are in the boxes, but this is so far has been the top of the cake. I mean, it really does take everything. And yeah, for $60, build it and go get one. Go get a brand new one, or you can go get one in the box. I mean, used. I apologize. Get one used. You will probably have a hard time trying to find one with the rubber bullet, but you can go buy those cheap on Bricklink, I believe. And if you get a chance to get one, get it. So yes, Lego Jango Fett 8011. Buy it. Well, thanks for watching.